You'll find the checklist in the Pilot Information Manual especially helpful in making sure that you haven't forgotten something important and in helping you do the tasks in logical order. Even the most experienced pilots in the world use a checklist. When you first start flying, you will use a checklist as a do list. You read each item and do it before going to the next. After some experience, many pilots follow the same flow without reading each item. In this manner, you use the checklist as a done list. Was everything done? Was everything checked? Did I miss anything? That way you are not relying solely on your memory. There is some paperwork that you need to have in your airplane to make it legal in the eyes of the FAA. The acronym AROW, A-R-O-W, makes it easy to remember what those items are. A is the airworthiness certificate. This is like a birth certificate for the airplane from the factory. R, the registration certificate. It lists the current owner. These are found in the pocket by the pilot's left leg. Now, O is for operating limitations. These are found in the pilot's operating handbook, placards in the cockpit, and markings on the instruments. And then finally, W, weight and balance. This is also found in the pilot's operating handbook. Before you fly your airplane, you'll want to spend a little time looking it over. Of course, the best way to conduct a thorough pre-flight inspection is to use the checklist that comes with the Skyhawk. You should go through the entire checklist on the first flight of each day. Your flight lesson preview will show you how to conduct a good pre-flight inspection, but here are some things that you should keep in mind when you do your pre-flight. When you look at your airplane, keep the big picture in mind. Start your inspection at a distance as you walk up to the airplane. Was there any major damage done to the aircraft while it was parked? Are there big dents or bends in the airframe? You know, like a soda can, your airplane depends on its shape for strength, so dents are not acceptable. Is there a clear path to taxi the airplane out of the parking area? Is there anything behind the aircraft that might be damaged by the prop blast? Mentally check the major things that cause pilots trouble. Does the aircraft have enough fuel and oil? You should check fuel quantity by climbing up, opening the caps, and looking in. This is the only sure way to know how much fuel you have. Many pilots actually feel for the fuel with a finger. Now, are the caps on properly? A loose fuel cap could allow fuel to siphon out of the tank. Note that the handles are front and back when they're tight. Oil can blow out of a loose dipstick too, causing engine overheating and failure. Is the fuel free from water and other contaminants like dirt or jet fuel? You can check for fuel contamination by draining a sample of fuel into a sample cup. Contaminated fuel could cause an engine failure. Now, water will show up in the bottom of the cup. Sediment will also go to the bottom. The fuel should be blue. If it is clear, it could be jet fuel. If you suspect jet fuel contamination, smell the fuel and pour a sample on a piece of notepaper. Gasoline will evaporate without an oily residue. Jet fuel will leave an oily residue. Now, is the aircraft untied? Leaving one wing tied down can make you do turns around it tied down. And are the chocks removed? Make sure that these simple everyday things are taken care of, and you'll eliminate most of the problems that cause pilots trouble. Every time the airplane is refueled, you should also check the engine oil level, fuel level visually, all caps, and fuel contamination. If you take a fuel or rest stop, walk around the aircraft completely before getting in.